that happen every time.
I did.
Okay? Yeah, but what do you got to do? You got to talk to your people.
I've become so much more efficient.
Talk to your people.
All right, everybody, how's it going on out there in Facebook land and YouTube land? And
give us a chat if you wouldn't mind. Oh, Don Lawrence, you're so.
Listen, there's a tradition.
You're a celebrity.
Missed you guys since last week.
You're damn right.
Did you miss us?
You know who's on already? If you had to guess,
Kreitz?
No, not Steve Kreitz.
Zach.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, ladies and
What's up,
gentlemen. Zach's already on. He's already checking it out. All right, so I love that guy. Him and Steve Kreitz, I love those guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And we're talking real estate. Don, it's going to be a great show. We got
one.
celebrities joining us today. Okay. Steve Margie from Fat Guys and Little Podcast. I think they've been on for like 3 or 4 years. They got big contracts, ABC, NBC, all that good stuff. So they'll definitely be on today.
Probably comedy. You got to be at least on Comedy Channel.
Well, Comedy Central. I mean, don't you know who? Did you ever heard the name? Marky? Have you heard that name before? Come on.
Yeah,
so he definitely is going to be an expert on the city of Taylor. He's got all kinds of good stuff for us. So I think people will be surprised. I'll put it that way too. Yeah. We got our old pal Mike McLaughlin going to tell us some amazing things about mortgages. Hopefully we get some good news. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You know, because it's always good to hear good mortgage news and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you and I are going to talk about, can we get some freaking inventory?
Yeah. What's going to happen with that? Are there going to be more houses in the market or are there going to be fewer? I'll tell you what, I did a market analysis in Allen Park today. 7 houses on the market. 7 active houses on the market.
In Allen Park?
In Allen Park.
Wow.
It's insane.
God.
It's insane.
People are probably killing each other in Allen Park right now.
How can that's not even, even if you look at every single one of them, that's all you have to look at. You can do that one day.
Oh, so another little tradition we got. So guys in the chat, do this for us. Tell us where you're dialing in from. Okay, we've got Zach's from Riverview. We got Cindy Light from St. Clair Shores. We got Kathy Wilkowitz from way downtown, soon to be Monroe. They're going to be invading the Wilkowitz invasion of Monroe. We got Steve Kreitz, our good friend from Dearborn Heights. It's going to be awesome.
That's something we haven't done in a long time. Is where you dialing in from?
Wait. Hang on. Katie Chuber, if you can hear my voice in the chat, give us something. Give us some love in the chat. I just saw her pop on. Katie Chuber, the celebrity, the jet setter, the renter to the stars out in South Haven. You know what I mean? Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, where's that at again?
South Haven.
Okay.
Is it?
It's not Grand Haven?
I think it's South. Yeah, it's South Haven. We got my good friend Lexi down Haven too.
Katie, correct one of us. Whoever's wrong.
Katie Chuber in the house. All right. So let's get down to the business here. What are we
here for? Yeah, exactly. What are we here for?
The legend of real estate, of mortgages, the James Brown of mortgages, working hard. Mike McLaughlin in the house. What do you got for us, sir?
Hey, Mr. Bergeron, Mr. Lawrence. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Good, Mr. McLaughlin.
We are fantastic. As soon as we see you, we're like, the world's great.
The world is great. Yeah,
Where's my Academy Mortgage shirt?
Oh, it's actually in the truck already.
All right, buddy. Like the check is in the mail. I'm telling you.
Now, if we can just get out there and get it to you.
I'll stop by and see you. How about that?
That's even better.
All right. So, Michael, tell us what's new in the mortgage world, or what's the temperature in the old mortgage world?
Well, the big news this week, and I don't remember if we talked about it maybe passingly last week, maybe not. The MISHDA program, which is the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, has bumped their $7,500 down payment assistance to be used towards down payment and closing costs. They bumped that to $10,000 for 236 zip codes across the state, which is, for our purposes downriver here, it's almost every zip code in the downriver area. So what that means to our people that are buying houses in the, say, 120 to 200,000 range is now, instead of you needing maybe $5 or say $3,000 to $8,000, now they might be needing very little to $5,000 at that upper end of $2,000. But what it means in general is that the affordability of homes in our neighborhoods has gotten better, and we really appreciate that anytime that can happen.
So I was talking to somebody about this today, Mike. They were like, because people they hear stuff like first time buyer program, or they hear down payment assistance, things like that, and then that's all they say that, and then you got to go into a whole spiel and explain to them. So tell us, what's the least amount you can invest in a home in that program?
1% of the sales price. So if your sales price is, say, now with this new program, say up to 120,000, 130,000 perhaps, you can get by with as little as $1,300, 130,000. $80,000 house as little as $800. A lot of times we can do it where you put, in those lower priced homes, they can put $500 down with their deposit to lock it in and then pay for their appraisal. And then they can get some money back at closing. Not too bad when you can show up to get your keys and get a little check back.
Hey, Mike, Mike, so that $10,000, does that include the down payment and the closing cost for the buyer? You don't have to ask the seller for any help typically?
Yeah, it can really, if the purse strings are tight, it can really help you to not have to ask for any assistance from the seller, which is good in this market. And they've got that program down to a science over there, out in Lansing, and it doesn't really even take very long compared to a standard product to get it closed. Yeah, so it can make your offer more powerful because you don't need any assistance from the seller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mike, over the years, that Mishta has really, really gotten much better. They've streamlined it. They're very efficient for the most part. I remember in the early days when it first started, that program started, nobody knew what the heck was going on, how long it would take. And you guys have really, and you work with them quite a bit. So you've really helped streamline it and get that down. That makes it's not a big deal. It's a great way for purchasers that don't have a lot of money to get into a house.
Absolutely. And actually for 2020, I was named the number one, they came out with the data that shows that I was the number one producer of Mishta mortgages in southeastern Michigan. So
wow, congratulations. That's awesome.
You get away for that. Where's your wife at? Is she nearby?
No, she's out in the kitchen there somewhere.
You can't yell at her or anything like that?
Honey.
Melissa.
We want to talk to you for a minute.
But the other thing, before she comes in and steals the camera from me, the other thing about that they've done with the Mishta program over the years is they become less restrictive. And they actually just came out with something new this last couple weeks, where in the past, and we've had, if a borrower needed to pay off a credit card to qualify, that Mishta always required that the borrower close that card. And I remember being on the phone with him and saying, this is counterintuitive. How can you expect a borrower who's on the uptick, their credit's improving, they're a young individual buying a home for the first time, and then you're going to make them close a credit card, which is probably the backbone of their credit. So now they have come out, just like Don was saying, they're becoming less and less inhibitive to the buyers, and this is another thing they've done. They're not going to require people to close the credit cards if they had to pay them off to qualify. So that's another big
stuff. So, Melissa, here's the reason we brought you in, okay? We need this. We need Mike McLaughlin to get a cape and a whole outfit. I want him to be Mishta Man. That's what I want to see next week.
A cape and an outfit. I don't know about that.
Can we get a Mishta Man? We want Mishta Man. That's what we want.
Mishta Man.
A red leotard thing or something like that or whatever.
Oh. Okay, well, he tried that once, but I don't know if we're going for that look again. So.
Right, but he would only get the mild-mannered loan officer before he turns into Mishta Man.
Because, man, I'll tell you what, if we could, all right, now we're going to Mishta Man. That would be awesome to say out loud.
Oh, brother. And what would you guys do? Like Batman and Robin? You guys are like the dynamic duo. What are you guys?
Well, we were Batman and what was I?
Joker. The Joker. You were the
Joker. With some terrible makeup. Remember that? Yes.
Yeah. That fit you well. You're a Joker, but you're serious when you need to be.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we just wanted to see if you can make him a cape, get him a cape for being Mishta Man. That's all.
Great. Well, he's my hero for sure. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
This guy, before he got on with you, he made us dinner. I was in there, just sampling things, just making sure everything was good for him to eat. That he made. Delicious.
Well, what is it? What is dinner?
He made us some garlic bread, and he made us salad, and he made us a mix that he makes with ground turkey and tomato sauce, and we've got like spiral noodle vegetables, and we've got chickpea noodles. They're delicious, and they're made from chickpeas, so they're really delicious, and it's all like together. It's kind of like
All
a
healthy.
goulash.
Yep.
So will there be leftovers available?
Absolutely.
For
He
you,
makes
yeah.
them.
Let's
Get in the car after this. Get in the car.
7:45. We'll see.
So go off the family. I just say this. So Mel, our producer over here, was saying that she put more down on a car than what you were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So if anybody's out there that knows first-time home buyers, the Mishta program is a good deal. But I guess, Mike, the only kickback is you got to pay that back when you sell. Yeah.
Yep, it's zero interest. So $10,000 today will be $10,000 in 10 years. If you refinance or sell, you just gotta they add it right onto the payoff, so it doesn't count as cash out or anything like that. It's just considered part of your first mortgage, so they make it easy for you to refinance it.
All right. Well, listen, you guys go enjoy your dinner, and we'll talk to you next week with a cape.
All right, dynamic duo.
All right, Mr. Man and what's Mr. Man and wife?
I'm just his sidekick. That's just me. I'm in it for the long haul. Have a great night, you guys.
Hi, guys. We'll see ya.
Good job, Mike. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
See, I'm telling
That's
you
pretty
right
cool.
now, the Mr. Man thing would go over well. If he showed up at appointments, it's like, ha, I am Mr. Man. That'd be awesome. Are you kidding me? That'd be great. I would love that. So, what are you looking at me like that for? All right. So, our next guest is definitely known throughout the podcasting world with Fat Guys on a Little Podcast. Our city highlight man for Taylor, Steve Markey, ladies and gentlemen. Give the chat going up. Steve.
I don't know if I can live up to that introduction, but we'll give it a try.
Come on, man. Hey, let me ask a couple quick questions. First, on your podcast, how long is it?
We just go. Sometimes 2 hours, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 3 hours. Depends. Now, the other week, me and Bill got into a very heated debate about the top 10 wrestlers of all time. So that took a lot of time to go through. You know, these are important issues that we cover.
Yeah,
we don't cover
that's right. The important stuff takes forever. So a couple quick shout outs. Stevie, look in the chat here. The chat's blowing up. If you throw that some wonder from this producer, if you would. Look at this. People from all over the place give you a little Steve. They heard about it. Even Robert Gregory, former Annapolis grad. And yes, that dinner looked good to me too, my friend. So, Steve, you know how this runs. Typically, we're going to ask you for 5 things about Taylor that you like.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing. Hey, Don, you grew up in Taylor, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So what was the nickname of Taylor? Everyone knows it.
Taylor Tucky.
Yeah, there it was. And when I moved here, no one gave me a pickup truck or a hound dog. I was very disappointed.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. I thought I was going to get that.
Do you have a vehicle off the wheels off the vehicle on the blocks?
No, I didn't get that either. So I'm very disappointed. I thought I was going to get all that.
You guys are all stereotypical, ridiculous.
You must be in the
I think Taylor's all right.
You must be in the high gluten area.
Yeah, I must be. I don't know. I didn't get a free Hank Williams Jr. CD. I didn't get any of that stuff when I moved to Taylor, Tucky, because in all honesty, Taylor's just a regular blue collar too. Now I'm going to hit you with some real estate stuff because this is a real estate. I feel like I was obligated to go through some real estate stuff. So there's definitely one benefit of Taylor, right? We have less city tax than all you Dearborn folk. So
that's true. That is true. Yeah.
So if there's one benefit, we're paying less taxes every year than Dearborn. So
see, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Markey's next side career is going to be a real estate agent.
I won't go that far.
City assessor.
So what do you got for number 1?
Number 1, what things I like. Heritage Park is a big hit around here in Taylor, right? Don's really familiar with it. I got married in the little wedding chapel at Heritage Park, if you remember correctly.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So it's Fat Guys on a Little Wedding Chapel? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it was. Exactly what it was. It also caught fire a few years back, but now it's back up and taking reservations. They have the fireworks every year. You know, that's a big thing in Taylor. Also, they got the Sportsplex. You know, the kids, Holly took a couple of soccer classes there and all that good stuff. Also, you got now this one's my wife. I didn't want to put on a list, but she loves it. The Taylor Library, of all things. And for all the book readers out there, they're part of a thing called the Libby app. I don't know if you guys heard of this.
Yeah.
All the libraries are part of you can get digital books from libraries, and Taylor Library is a big part of that. And my wife loves it. So any book readers out there, get the Libby app. It's totally free as long as you have a library card from Taylor, Dearborn Heights. It doesn't matter.
So Steve, have you been to the library in Taylor?
Yeah, I took her to let her drop off books, and I sat in the car. I wasn't going in.
Sat in the car.
It wasn't a comic book store, so I wasn't interested. so there's that. Now there's some. Now here's one. Here's some trivia for you. Who is Taylor named after? It's not James Taylor. Huh?
Taylor Swift?
Whoa.
No, Zachary Taylor, the 12th president of the United States. Come on, everyone knows that. Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Taylor's also home to, guess what? Wallside Windows Factory. Those annoying commercials you see are coming from Taylor. So there's another one. And also, finally, the birthplace of Hungry Howie's came in Taylor.
That's not true.
It's true, man. I'm telling you right now. Well, I wasn't personally there when they made the pizza. Listen, Google only told me so much. What do you want me to tell you?
They told me so much.
But there's some good things. And the average home price is about $120,000. So if you're blue collar, you could probably afford a house in Taylor pretty easily.
Look at this guy. He's like a junior real estate agent right now.
Let me tell you, I'm ready. I watch A Modern Family. Huh?
Well, Steve, you're getting in our area. Get over.
Oh, sorry. I'll stop doing that.
I'm only kidding.
Hey, listen, eat some weird shit and talk wrestling, buddy. All right.
Yeah.
Steve, one thing about Taylor, they have low prices to $300,000-$400,000 homes and everything in between.
Yeah.
So it's one of the biggest cities downriver, and they have a very vast range of home prices. So there's a lot of you can move in and up and down in the city.
So tell me about Taylor Sportsplex.
Taylor Sportsplex?
Yeah, what do you know about it? Tell me what you know.
That's a big place they built not too long ago down by the state police officers down there by North Line and Telegraph. It's actually pretty nice in there. If your kids into hockey, kids into soccer, they got all kinds of different things you can sign up for. Like I said, the only one I know about is Holly. Holly took a beginner's class in soccer. That didn't last long. She doesn't care about soccer.
Listen, Steve Kreutz, the guy knows more about places. He knows the most amazing trivial stuff. He says the first Hungry Howie's was on Telegraph.
Well, there you go.
It's got to be the one across from
it's got to be the one down here by Walmart.
By Gardner White?
Yeah.
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow. Learning history.
Yep. He's right.
Yep. Thanks, Steve. That's good stuff, man. That's definitely good stuff. A couple other things about Taylor, Steve. Hollywood Town Wilkowitz is born there. So I don't know if you're familiar with his birth, but the guy's a legend all up downriver.
And your mom also chimed in that we have the world famous cop that sits at Gardner White. So as soon as you go under the viaduct, he pops you if you're doing 50 miles an hour instead of 45 right there on Telegraph. He has his own Facebook page. He has his own Facebook page, by the way. You can find the Taylor cop, the Gardner White guy.
Really?
Yeah, he does. They started taking pictures of him. Everyone drove by and they made a Facebook page about him.
That's awesome.
Everyone knows it too. As soon as you go under that viaduct, you better slow down right there past Van Born on Telegraph. Also, we have golf courses. I don't golf, but there's 2 golf courses in Taylor.
Yes, you do. I've seen you golf before. I've seen you get thrown off golf courses before, if I recall.
Yeah, well, I was wearing football cleats and I was half drunk. But that's another story for another time.
That's for your show.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, I do have one. Now, there's one thing that Detroit thought they beat Taylor at. So Detroit decided to have a crooked mayor way before we did. So Taylor said, "Oh no, we will see your crooked mayor." And we have a mayor named Rick Sollers who has been charged with 32 federal crimes of bribery and racketeering. So don't think Detroit beat us in that either. We have a better crooked mayor, and he's running for a 3rd term. So if you want to move to Taylor, you can vote for the #1 crook in America, Rick Sollers.
So you want to hear the sad part about that? I'll tell you what the sad part about that is. Is Taylor and Dearborn Heights were starting to talk about that Van Born area. They were calling it the Van Born corridor, right? Because you got freeway at both ends. You got freeway at Pelham. You got freeway at Telegraph. And they were going to make that a big deal. And now maybe they're not. Yeah,
they tore up the front of our houses here on right here. They tore it all up, put gravel down because we don't have curbs. We have just a space. So they were going to plant trees and stuff like that. They got about halfway through with it, and I think they abandoned it, maybe because the mayor went to prison. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess it would have been. It makes for a good idea. You know what I mean? Because again, that section of Van Born. I mean, Don, right? It's 94 on both ends. I mean, like you could throw all kinds of cool stuff in there. You know?
Yeah, it needs it. Yeah, it sure could use it.
It does, man. Because I mean, there's empty lots. There's like, I mean, things are
vacant buildings.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. So Steve, let's talk about the good stuff. What about the eats? Tell us about the Taylor Eats.
Why do you assume I know about restaurants? Are you saying something?
That's exactly what I was going to ask. How do you know that?
Well, like I was telling Don and Scott before the show, the busiest Texas Roadhouse I've ever seen in my life belongs in Taylor. It's right across from the Southland Mall, right there on Party and Eureka area. You have to go ahead of time. Now it's just ridiculous. It's the most. I love Texas Roadhouse, but you're gonna wait if you go to that one. Also, someone typed in Truman. Yes, they have two high schools, Truman and Taylor High now. Now Taylor High is actually Kennedy and Taylor Center, right, Don? They came together and made one school now.
Well, Center closed a while ago. Center closed a while ago.
Yeah. Kennedy. I think the only one that's open now is Truman.
True. Yeah, I think Taylor High. They reopened a new one called Taylor High. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's all of them now. I think they're all together. I think
Truman's part of it too.
You might be right. Yeah.
Oh man,
I think they're all one now. Yeah, but go back to the food. Come on.
I like deep dish pizza pot. Like Don likes it. I like it. Pizza Populous is one of my favorites. I love a pizza that's like a lasagna. A pizza you need to fork with is a great pizza. They're right next to the Taylor, and then there's BJ's Brew House. That's over there. That just opened up. Yeah, a whole lot of restaurants over there by Southland. Parmenti Brothers. I don't know if you've tried that. They started in Pittsburgh. I went. Side note: I went to an AFC Championship game to see the Steelers and the Jets. And that's the first time I had Parmenti Brothers, and then like a year later they came here. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so they got a lot of good food all over Taylor, and they got honey baked ham store. That's very important. I need a good ham every once in a while.
Gotta have a good ham.
Yeah, you gotta have some honey baked. Even though it'll cost you a ton, well worth the money. That's all I'm saying. But
BJ's Restaurant's not bad. I agree with you there. The Texas Roadhouse down. We got to get a video camera. We got to get it should be like a trail cam, like people do in the woods. Here it is. Let's see what's going on at Texas Roadhouse today.
I tell you, it's always busy. Whoever owns that Texas Roadhouse is knocking it down. It's got to be the busiest restaurant. Someone did put Pete's Restaurant. That's down there on Telegraph, I believe. That's a pretty good place. During COVID, they were open with the outdoor seating and stuff like that.
So Steve, I went there. We went there to eat, and I mean, if it was pretty good, it was pretty good. I mean,
Pete's place.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good place. Yeah, it's a good joint. Yeah,
good. They got some good beers there. That's a good place. Nice restaurant.
A couple of ones we got. My Aunt Chris says Ray's Meat Market, good homemade kielbasa. Now we're talking. Polish food, baby.
Well, Cattleman's is down here also in Telegraph, off of Telegraph and Taylor too.
What is it?
Cattleman's. It's a butcher shop. Yep. That's a pretty good place. A lot of people like going and get steaks and stuff there. So it's
like going into a freezer. You go into this building and it just here's the meat. Bam!
Like, coming from a guy that never wears a coat, you're worried about a freezer?
It's a weird place. Yeah, you're like this bundle of meat, sir. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Bundle.
I know, but it's just funny. You walk in there, they go, "Here's your bundle. It's your bundle for $129.99 is this stuff."
It's usually a pretty good price, though. A lot of people.
I got you.
They had lines during the height of the COVID and stuff. People are going.
So since we're talking police, there, Steve, the state trooper thing is right there on Telegraph.
Yep.
I never got stopped there, and I drive ridiculously. I have never got stopped anywhere near there. Okay, but like you said, the guy sits over under the viaduct. That guy gets everybody, right?
Yeah. Did it get you?
So the state cops must be like, they must be going other places, I guess, right?
Taylor cop that's over by Gardner White.
Yep. Home field advantage, is that what you're saying?
They know their stuff. I'll tell you what, there's a cop on the other side sometimes over at it used to be Hall Brothers Reno. I think it's still there.
Hall Brothers, yeah.
They caught me one time and I got
busted. Do you remember Forest City?
Yeah. Yeah. That's another one. Steve, think about that for a minute. Forest City, the handy Forest City that was right out there. Nothing ever happened. Like it's been vacant for as long as I can remember.
God, how many years ago was it now, Forest City?
I know. You want to go back? I give you one more blast from the past, ladies and gentlemen. How about R&D
baseball cards? Yeah. Little old guy used to run it all the time. Used to ride a bike.
Telegraph.
Yep.
It was you could go in and get baseball cards and stuff like that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was old
And
school.
then Red Baron Arcade was right there on Telegraph as well.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was.
Yeah, everybody loved Red Baron.
Still there.
No, Red Baron's no way.
Scott played one arcade game. It was Mortal Kombat, and he took Liu Kang every time. That's all he did.
Yes,
He
I
never
did.
played
He did.
anybody else. No other. That's all he played.
Yes, he did. Oh man, Scott, you'll be next. People are coming after me already.
Better knock out one.
Chris Bergeron. There's my mom right there, Steve. So
Oh man, see, I didn't cuss, so she can't yell at me. I was good. I was
You
good.
did a
today.
good job, not swearing. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
that's very hard. It hurts my soul.
all right, so Steve, give us anything else on Taylor? Anything else?
Let's see. We got the Heritage Park. You got the Southland Mall. That's a staple. It's been there forever. My daughter still loves going there. I keep telling her that's going to die and Amazon's going to kill it all. But until it does, you can go to Southland Mall and go shopping. That's still there. I'm trying to think of what else. They also got Wayne County Community College. If you want to go to college, they have one right there. That's on
I
North.
got my
Road,
shots, my
Telegraph.
vaccine. I got at Wayne County.
Oh, is that where you got it?
Yeah.
I heard
So,
you
hey,
gotta
Steve,
go.
before you go, get a little plug for your show. Tell everybody about your show a little bit.
Oh, all right. And Fat Guys on a Little Podcast. It's me, my brother, and a man named BMFV or Bill Vicious. Yeah, I can tell you what the other things stand for when your mom's not online. And we just talk about everything: football, video games, wrestling, anything a guy likes, technology, streaming, a lot of streaming. And what other random hobby Charles picks up for 10 minutes, like leather making or whatever odd thing he's into. And we do taste tests every week. Like this week we did Taki meat sticks. We had shrimp chips the other day. Oh, those are terrible. Some of these taste tests are just like torture. Scott's been a guest. I fully invite Don. Anytime Don wants to come on, talk anything besides real estate, come on down. Come on to the podcast.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that sometime. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, Melissa also, you can come on down. We're just goofing around. We like to have a lot of people on. So anytime you want. And I give you a set time, but Charles' schedule changes all the time. We're on Tuesdays right now. Could be Sundays next week. I don't know.
It used to be Sunday nights, right? It used to be set at Sunday nights, right?
Sundays is 6 o'clock, but now Charles's COVID and stuff with his work got switched around. We've been on Tuesdays for the last 3 weeks, so I think we're going to be there for a while. Real wrestling? Do we talk about real wrestling? If WWE is real wrestling, yes, and it's real to me, damn it.
Isn't it wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling.
You are Taylor.
I gotta say wrestling. I'm sorry.
Wrestling.
Yeah, well, Tyler Elkins has been on. He Clash Wrestling. We've had Rhino, Terry Guerin's been on the podcast.
Oh,
So
my
yeah.
God, Rhino.
yeah, we do talk about some high school wrestling, but then everyone falls asleep and we wake back up and talk about other wrestling.
Oh man, that's my couple pull your tires out, boy.
I had to take a shot at Scott there for a minute, but
Man, you're
no,
killing me. You're
Good
killing
job.
me.
That was a good one, Steve. Good one.
All right, Steve. Well, listen, we hope to see Fat Guys on a Little Podcast soon, and we will
All
talk
right.
to you later, my friend. Give everybody a shout.
Thanks,
Give Steve a shout out.
I'll see you at 5 a.m.
What's that?
5 a.m.
5:05.
at the gym.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Everybody give Steve a shout out in the chat if you would. Blow the chat up. Give us Steve.
Steve.
Give us some shout out in
Good
the
job.
chat. Thanks, Steve.
All right, have a good one.
All right, brother.
Good one.
That was
awesome.
good. That was good.
man.
Yeah.
It's
And I knew it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're used to doing that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like it becomes very natural.
I'd like to be on the show. We should go sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can't do. They can't handle both of us.
Malco.
They can't handle both of us. All right, they can't handle all three or two of us.
I
There's only one person at a time.
I think they've got three. We got three. We go.
well, it could be toe to toe.
We do a
They'll
throw
fight,
down.
huh?
Let's go throw down.
All right, Dot. So let's do this. We have, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple more things to get through. We're going to go a little quicker because that took a little bit longer, but we love having Steve out. We enjoy his rhetoric. So one of the big things we're talking about, is there not going to be more homes in 2021, Don?
Yep. And I think there are. We think the signs are that it's going to be there. And one of the reasons why is the homeowners that didn't sell in 2020 and maybe even back into 2019 when people were still not sure they wanted to move. 2020, definitely there's people did not move because of what we were going through, the COVID.
Yep.
And that demand's going to, that pent up moving and demand is to sell their house. People are going to be out there. So there's going to be a lot more. We expect a lot more homes on the market this year.
So I'm going to take it from this angle. So a lot more people in April, May, we're talking about. Yeah. So
next month,
a lot more people have equity now than had a year ago.
Absolutely.
A lot more people
Over
have more.
50% of homeowners have more than 50%, something like 50% or more equity in their homes, which is one of the highest we've had in years.
So that's going to be I struggle with, because we were kind of doing some research on this, and a couple experts were saying more houses are going to be built. The materials are expensive. I don't know.
But the numbers are there that there were more houses built in 2020 than there were in 2019. So it's going in the right direction. Is it the huge numbers that they've done in the past? No, not yet. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Housing cost, wood's up twice as much as it costs twice as much to purchase the wood to put up a house. That's just one of the things. So
yeah, so again, another one we didn't talk about yet is the vaccine, right? Vaccines are getting thrown in arms left and right. I mean, you're talking about, across country, millions at a time, right?
Yeah.
But they're definitely not. I heard they were doing, auto workers were eligible this morning. That's what I heard, right? So good things, positive good things, especially for a lot of folks that feel like just the compartmentalization of how this thing has been making you feel.
Yeah.
Like you can't go see anybody, you can't do this, you can't do that. I feel like this spring, summer, you're going to feel it open up back up again.
Absolutely. I think that today was a beautiful day, and people were out. They were all happy. Everybody seems to be pretty happy and excited about and we're supposed to have some really good weather. And I think knowing that we're closer to the end of this COVID and all this stuff that we've been going through, and when it warms up, people are going to be out and about. Houses are going to start coming on the market next month, even I expect in droves.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
And it's going to continue up. So
folks that know buyers, or folks that are thinking about buying or even selling, so it's going to be April, May is going to be booming.
Yeah,
April, May is going to be booming. I can promise you that. It just from the bare things that we're talking about now.
Yeah. And some people that moved maybe from the city to the suburbs, maybe moving back to the city, or they've been wanting to move to the city. They put it on hold. So we got a lot of good things that are happening, and we expect more homes, more movement. People. I mean, there's a lot of people that have put it off that are ready that want to move.
Well, again, Don, we talk about this a lot ad nauseum. It's almost like you look at the same walls for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. It just drives you. You're done with that.
Yeah,
you're done with that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, even people you never would guess are going to move this next few months. You know what I mean? So
I came across some housing predictions for this year about existing homes sold up 9%. They expect this year. New builds up 21%. So that's a huge increase year over year. And home prices going up 8%.
Yeah.
On average.
Well, let's do this. Let's poll the folks, guys, in the chat. Do this for us. If you think there's going to be more homes this spring than have been previously, put more. You should throw that on there for. If you think there's going to be more, if you think there's going to be more homes on the market, put more in the chat. If you think there's going to be the same or less, put same or less. One of those two. Let's poll the audience. Let's see what they have to say. So, guys, do this. Throw it to the audience. If there's going to be more, put more in the chat. If there's going to be less, put less in the chat. If you're going to put same in the chat. That's what we ask you to do. So go ahead and do that. We'll kind of as we're going through the rest of the show to finish it up, we'll pull that a little bit. So Chris Wojcinski says more. I mean, Kathy Cordy says more. Good. Steve Kreitz says more. Okay.
Steve Kreitz says more.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, keep throwing in. There's more of you out there. Mike McLaughlin says more in big letters. I'm telling you. So what else? Again, if it's going to be more, put more in the chat. Less, and same. All right. So we got, who's that? Babs Phillips. Oh, that's probably Chris Bird. Zach Wilkowitz says more. I'm going with my man Zach. All right. I'm going with my man Zach. He says more. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What realtor C? We'll crank through these quick. Mel, if you wouldn't mind. Share it. No, other one. Keep going left. Yep. Yeah. There. Yeah. Application. Yep. There it is. Whatever one you want to do first. So, guys, if you see this.
Minimize it.
Oh, leave it up. Yeah. Don't ever listen.
You don't minimize it. That's right.
I'm going to go to the screen on the side there. Yep. There you go. So if you see this, ladies and gentlemen, if you see an outlet like this in your house, or if you see one in a house you're looking at, you probably might need an electrician. Let us know if you see something like this.
That's hilarious.
A switch box on a prong
into a three-prong
plug. And you see that? I mean, that's just electrifying, that one there. Yeah. That one's just electrifying. Okay? Yeah. So there's a good one.
The only thing I think of is that's got to have an extension cord, with an off and on and off. So it's crazy. Some people do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the next one, we're going to have you caption it. We're going to you tell us what you think it is. Yeah. You tell us what you think this next one's going to be. Go ahead. Yeah. So in the chat, Oh,
No.
You click it up. Yep. In the chat, tell us what that looks like to you. In the chat,
Looks like
what does that? I saw this at a house in Livonia that the folks that are buying it loved it.
I think it's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a donut hole that big.
Anybody in the chat, don't give them ideas. I want them to figure it out themselves.
Oh,
In the
that's a
chat,
thing to
caption what that is. What do you think that is? Put in the chat what you think that thing is right there. So Steve Markey, little Star Wars action there, Death Star.
me.
Okay.
Oh, see, huh?
What else you got? What else you got, ladies and gentlemen? What in the heck could you caption this as? Star Wars, Steve Kreitz says, okay. Guys are above the same mind there. What else? Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, hey,
Okay.
there you go.
Brown pumpkin, okay. Footstool.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you're killing me, Footstool. Captain Obvious, also Kathy Cordy. Come on. What do you got over here? What do you think that thing is? You want to know what I thought it was?
What?
It looks like a Tootsie Roll somebody squashed up. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like one of those Tootsie Roll, like with the little bars in it. You squashed it up. Okay. So let's see. Somebody says an apple with pock marks. Okay.
Ah,
That's not bad. That's not bad.
a
That's
brown
not bad.
apple.
Brown apple. That bad boy is spoiled. All right. So we're going to go to some sort of pet bed. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
I like that. That's cool.
Interesting.
We're going to go to one more, guys. The things that realtors see. Things that realtors see. We got one more for you. And this one was, I saw this in a pole barn in Huron Township. I saw this in a pole barn in Huron Township. This is for Steve Kreitz and Steve Markey. That right there is a Star Wars R2-D2 trash can.
That is cool.
Look how cool that
That
thing
is
is.
really cool.
I asked the guy, I go, that's awesome, man. And Steve or Don, it was buried in this guy's pole barn. Like he hasn't seen it in years.
Yeah.
So I go, hey, how much you want for that thing? He goes, I want $2,500. I'm like, yeah, forget it. I'm like, really?
Really?
Oh, you haven't looked at it.
Looks like he has two of them.
You haven't looked at it since middle age, buddy. And you're going to charge me $2,500 for it?
Or what?
It's cool looking,
Is there
though,
two
man.
of them, or is that a mirror?
Yeah, there's two of them. There's two.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's just a trash.
See, Candy Cordy says, we need this. I'm telling you, I offered the guy, I go, what do you want for that thing? And he's like, $2,500.
Kathy, you could have it for $2,500.
I know the address, too. I can share the address with you. And there it is. So things realtors see.
And the garbage inside you can have.
Yes, you can. You can have that, too. You can have that, too. So, all right. So, Don, let's talk about fan of the show. Shall we?
Yes.
I'm going to go with fan of the show today being the one and only woman behind the man, Melissa McLaughlin. That's who we're going to go with this week. She kicks him in the tail and says, get on that show, man. Get on that show. She's always supporting him and always watching the
agree
show
with
and
that.
giving us love. So let's get a Melissa.
Steve Kreitz will make one for you for $2,500.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Put that up there so people can see that. Yeah. Steve Kreitz says, I'll make one for you for $2,500. Melissa. So Melissa McLaughlin is fan of the show. And you know another reason why she's fan of the show? Because I could go deliver that shirt and get some free food from them because they always
I knew there was an ulterior motive.
And Academy Mortgage stuff.
Yes, Academy Mortgage stuff too. So it's a trade-off. Give me my shirt, I'll give you your shirt. They always listen. McLaughlin's, they're always cooking fancy. They always got something good cooking going on. I love popping by their house because there's always something good. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you could give the sweet Melissa, our producer, a little bit of love, sweet Mel. Okay, she's not Melissa, she's Mel, right? So give Mel a little love before we get out of here.
Raise the roof.
Mel. Okay, give him a little. Let him see you for a second. Come on, pop your head in there. Pop your head in there just for a second. Come on. You saw the hair. There she is. She's all dialed up and looking good. I'm telling you what. She's all dialed up. All right. So we had an eventful show, Don. We had Fat Guys in a Little Podcast, celebrity Steve Markey. We had Mike McLaughlin and his wonderful wife, who's a fan of the show. We had rolled up crushed Tootsie Roll thing, Crazy Outlet, all kinds of other stuff. So another good show. You want to say goodnight?
Let's wrap it up.
I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And we're talking
Real